Hello friends, this is Kevin aka K-Man1 coming at you with another episode of Super Mario World. In the last episode, we had a run-in with probably my least favorite mechanic in the entire game. And in this episode, we're going to be tackling the last few levels in the Valley of Bowser, leading up to Bowser's Castle itself. So, let's go ahead and jump into Valley of Bowser 3. And we all know what this music means, as I say every time. But anyways, this level introduces a new mechanic, and basically, the number on the platform means how many seconds you have before it collapses. And so basically, you're just gonna want to be sticking to the 4 platforms as much as you possibly can, and only really deviating from them when you truly need to. But this level, I enjoy greatly, but it honestly isn't very particularly hard. So if you're wanting a challenging level, as far as a replayable one, there honestly aren't that many, because in my opinion the most difficult levels are the castles, until you get to the special world, but more on that later. But yeah, if you're in it for the challenge, I definitely wouldn't say this one, because really the big thing is just, can you count to 4? If so, you're probably good to go in this level. And even if you can't count to 4, you only need to be able to count down from 4, so completely different monster there. Also, there are bonsai bills, which don't really make as much of an appearance in levels in this game as I feel they really deserve to. But it's okay. There are always going to be a handful of underrepresented minions. And we haven't even gotten to the most egregious case yet, but we will soon enough. Anyways, that's all there is to that level. I feel like there was probably at least one pipe I could have gone through, but I didn't find it because I didn't feel like it, basically. So, you know, all that sort of thing. Alright, now, this level, the big thing is those little pumice stone looking things are your only platforms in the lava level. So you've got to be very careful that you don't get burnt to death. Also, I'm regretting immediately taking this path because I know that it's gonna cause backtracking. But it's okay, because I'm showing it at least, so you're welcome. Your entertainment is my pain, so be happy. But what you're really supposed to do is hit that block, take this mine up, and start heading over here. Alright. And I want to say this is the path to normal exit, but basically you're just going to glide gently along with Yoshi, and take this path forward. And I squandered my Yoshi there because I thought for sure that I could get through that path, but I was wrong. You can actually bat these away if you have a cape, the rocks, so that is very useful. And since I have a cape, I'm definitely going to be taking full advantage of that, because charging chucks are very, very annoying enemies, if you ask me. In all their different variants, honestly. But especially the rockin' football ones. Oh my goodness, that was really, really stressful. And I remember now. You need to carry the Yoshi all the way into the end, and basically you can lick up and grab that key, and yeah. Managed to get top of the goalpost, so I'm gonna have that little bonus minigame, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and cut and show y'all the secret exit. Alright. Seems like mushrooms are the name of the game today, and I completely fail as soon as I say it out loud, but I still get 2 up. So I'm not too mad, because I already have like 30 lives anyways. So no worries there. But you guys are never gonna see a perfect bonus game out of me, is the thing. Anyways, to the secret exit. Alright. And here we are at the secret exit, and you can just still have it in Yoshi's mouth, and it counts. Because, you know, logic and all that jazz. And this gives us another path to the Star Road, and also to the front door of Bowser's Castle. However, we're going to be kicking things old school and actually completing all of the castles along the path. So, let's jump into Lowlarious Castle. And now this castle is kind of ridiculous, and easily the single hardest one in the entire game. Even harder than Bowser's Castle, if you ask me. Because honestly, and we'll be getting to that soon enough, Bowser's Castle honestly isn't that hard. Like, I'll explain once we're actually playing it, but just the mechanic of it, like the main gimmick, makes it like a complete non-issue as far as like difficulty is concerned. But enough talking about future levels, let's talk about this level. This is another instance of the snaking platform, and again, if you don't have any foreknowledge of the level, then this is a very different type of gameplay for you. But since I have had to replay this level like over 9,000 times, I kind of pretty much know exactly how it works. But no worries there, because hopefully, I'll have played this level enough to be able to clear it with relative ease. But we all know how that tends to go. And this is another area also that is a little bit easier if you don't have a power-up, because being short means it is easier to dodge stuff like the ball and chains. And so this right here is why this is easily the most annoying castle in the entire game, if you ask me. This freaking Magikoopa is just here and ready to wrestle your jimmies left, right, and center. And I lost the mushroom there because I'm bad. But basically, the whole gimmick of the area is that you need the Magikoopa to destroy these blocks. And you can't get through until he does it for you. And he can kill you with his magic like that. But yeah, this castle is super duper obnoxious, and you know the best part? They don't give you a halfway point to make it easier. But anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut ahead to where we were, so that y'all don't have to suffer with me. Alright, and back to where we were, and something worth noting is that if you do decide to jump on the Magikoopa's head to try to make him less annoying to you, it will take him a little while to respawn, and you do need him in order to progress through the level, unless you happen to have a cape on you. And given that I don't have a cape, I need him, and it's the most annoying thing. And anyways, and another thing about this level is that you are almost always going to get to the point where you're running out of time, so just accept that as a given. And here we have the final reskin, which is really just the Castle 1 fight, but with fireballs. And that fight actually can be really obnoxious, and it makes the castle even more annoying because you have to replay it without a halfway point and blah blah blah. But I actually managed to do that in 2 tries, which is weird because it's easily the castle I have the most difficulty with. Anyways, how do we destroy this castle? We just pick it up and kick it away. Yeah, the later areas definitely get a lot more creative with how you destroy the castle. But anyways, Mario has defeated Larry Koopa in Castle number 7. All that is left is Bowser's Castle, where Princess Toadstool is being held. Can Mario rescue her and restore peace to Dinosaur Land? Maybe. Just kidding. Spoiler, we can. Because I'm the best. Never doubt. Alright, and this is just a little post-commentated bit explaining how Bowser's Castle works. Basically, there are going to be 8 different areas that you have a choice of tackling, and basically you'll choose between 1 through 4, and then you'll choose between 5 through 8, and you only have to play 2 of them, but I'm basically just going to show all of them in numerical order, 1 through 8. That's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and let it roll. Alright, and Area 1 is pretty much just a straightforward falling hammer level, or a bread smasher level as I like to call them, except there are a couple fireballs jumping up that you need to avoid or else you'll burn and die. Pretty standard stuff, obviously. Nothing particularly difficult about this one. Area 2 is, in my opinion, the easiest of the bunch, and it's basically just a climbing level like this, and there honestly is basically negative challenge to this area. So definitely what you're going to want if you're trying to take the easy way out. Area 3 is very interesting, and it's basically a maze full of all these Mecha Koopas, and the path I'm taking, I don't know if it's the actual fastest path, but it's the one I figured out when I first played this area, and it serves me pretty well. So, yeah. Area 4 is probably the hardest of the first options, and basically what it is you've got to avoid all these tiny hotheads and move along with these moving platforms. And it might not seem like there's very much to it, but I mean, none of the first areas are particularly hard. So yeah. Area 5 introduces a bunch of these things, and basically, what you need to do is run through as fast as possible. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is. Not much in the way of challenge. Alright, Area 6 is easily, in my opinion, the hardest of the second path options. Because it's a swimming level. And we all know how I feel about swimming levels. I genuinely just greatly dislike them. I was gonna say hate, but hate is a very strong word. And so is, I don't know, egregious. But, you know. But yeah, basically, it's a swimming level, but also there are spikes moving back and forth that you have to go through. So this is definitely not the path to take if you are trying desperately hard to not have your jimmies rustled. And along with being really annoying and difficult, you need to be very conscientious about your placement during this segment in particular, because you'll die if you don't, like I almost did right there. But that, and the end of it all, is all there is to it. Area 7 is basically just a bunch of these little Bowser heads spitting that super hot fire at you. But the big thing is there are these golden ones that will jump at you and actively try to kill you, so definitely something to avoid. Not particularly difficult though, either. Alright, and Area 8 is just charging chucks jumping at you. And if you are... if you want a cape, there's a cape for you, and I don't see why you would ever not want a cape, because cape is the best power-up in the game, and I'm getting severely rustled right now. My jimmies are, at least. But that's all there is to that area. Alright, and here we are in the hallway that you get either by clearing 2 of the areas, or by taking the back door, which is what I just did, because I just game overed by trying to do it the proper way. But I digress. And here are Ninjas. And Ninjas are easily the most neglected minions in Bowser's army, because this is the only area they appear. And I'll point it out once we're actually at that point, but they don't appear in the little minion rally at the end of the credits either, so Ninjas are truly sad souls. But here we are, face to face with the flying clown head! Just kidding, it's Bowser. Far, far less frightening. But anyways, the fight with Bowser is he's going to be up in his Koopa Clown car, and there's not really much you can do to him at first, rather. You can't really do anything at him ever. But basically what you're going to want to do is jump onto the Mecha Koopas and use them as little projectiles to kick up at him. And then he's going to fly off into the distance, and then come straight at the camera! And now he's going to drop fireballs on us, but basically all you need to do is stand right next to one of them, and you will be completely fine. And then Peach appears, and, well, sorry, she's Princess Toadstool in this game. But anyways, she appears, and throws you a mushroom, which is very, very helpful of her. And I forget what Bowser does in this. Okay, yeah. This time he just drops like a giant bowling ball or something at you. And you gotta dodge that. And then he's gonna drop another one. And you gotta dodge that one. And then I think it's only 2, and then he throws Mecha Koopas at you. Yep, I was right. And then you just gotta... to be noted is that if you kick it up and it hits the bottom of his car, then it'll just bounce off. And then he's going to have to drop 2 more of his bowling balls at you, or whatever these are supposed to be. And then he's going to drop 2 more Mecha Koopas, and then you can try all over again. And so, let's hope I can actually... Yeah, nope, failed that one instantly. See, his flight pattern changes constantly, so it's kind of... You need to keep very careful track of how you need to be kicking it up in order to successfully defeat him. Jump over the bowling ball, and jump over the bowling ball. And something that's very considerate of him that I'm about to show is that even if you've already hit him once, he'll still throw out 2 Mecha Koopas for you. So Bowser's basically just a very, very strong and kind-hearted individual who I admire greatly. And you can hold on to this Mecha Koopa, but he's about to drop more fire. So you gotta be careful with your positioning if you really do want to hold on to it. Of course, I don't see any particular reason why you would want to hold on to it, because, I mean, it's basically 1 free hit, but you still... Can I stop getting hit right now, please? It's basically just an extra free hit that you can take if you decide to hold on to it, but it's not going to be overly beneficial to you. And then, once you land that final hit, Bowser flips upside down and flies off into the distance, leaving us with Princess Toadstool. And she gives us a kiss on the cheek, and we blush. Oh, it's so adorable. Mario's adventure is over. Mario, the Princess, Yoshi, and his friends are going to take a vacation. That is the slowest scrolling text that I've ever experienced in my life. And I've played Pokemon with the text speed set to slow, so I know about slow scrolling text. Anyways, there are a couple fireworks for us, from whom, I have to wonder? Because how could they possibly know that we've already defeated Bowser? And that one's a heart. Look, it's so adorable. But yeah, this was Super Mario World. This was honestly... It's like half of it was a really easy project to put together, because there was much less cutting required than in any of the other games I've played so far. But it's just... I don't know. Like I've said in one episode, it's much more demanding moment-to-moment gameplay for this game compared to others. So, I don't know. It's kind of hit or miss on whether it's necessarily better or worse compared to my other projects, but I enjoyed doing it. Super Mario World, again, it's kind of like my turn-off-my-brain sort of game, which you might not be able to tell when I'm trying to commentate at the same time, but I am actually pretty good at this game, and I can just kind of turn my brain off and work my way through some of the levels. As for thanks, I want to thank all of you guys for watching, obviously. Without you, I would probably still be making videos, but I would feel much less incentivized to. I want to thank my friends and family for supporting and encouraging this, and by friends and family, I mean literally, like, my brother and one of my friends who actually watch my videos still, because I'm terrible about advertising them and everything. But yeah, so thank you. And as we are... This is actually only like the halfway point of the credits, which the music cue would not have you believing. Anyways, as for the remaining few levels in this game, because, as many of you are probably aware, there are a handful more levels. Those I'm pretty much just going to be tackling right away. And yeah, I have special things planned for some of them, but we'll get to that when we get to that. And so, with the thank you from the Yoshis, now we see Parabombs, Paragoombas, Fish and Locky-Toos, Spinies, Babombs, Wigglers, Amazing Flying Hammer Brothers, Super Koopas, Jumping Piranha Plants, Volcano Lotuses, and Chargin' Chucks, Sumo Brothers, Pokies, Monty Moles, and Bullet Bills, Rexes, Megamoles, and Bonsai Bills, Dino Rhinos, Dino Torches, and Koopas. They're all just Koopas. Nothing really special about them. Then we have Spike Tops, Swoopers, Buzzy Beetles, and like I said, Blarg with 2 G's. That's hilarious. Who was responsible for naming that character? Anyways, we have blurps, porcupuffers, urchins, Rip Van Fishes, and Torpedo Teds. Also blurps, amazing enemy name. We have Boo Buddies is their official name, Fishin' Boo, Eries, and the Big Boo. I love how Boo is in quotation marks, like. Anyways, we've got Dry Bones, Little Sparkies, Bony Beetles, Hotheads, Thwomps, and Thwimps. And then we have Fishbones, Ball and Chains, and Grinders. And I think that's the last enemies. I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong. Oh yeah, Resner. Can't possibly forget about Resner. But something you might notice is notably absent are Ninjas. Like, really? Mecha Koopas get their own thing. The spitting metal blades, which are apparently minions, get their own. But Ninjas, come on, Ninjas are super cool. They're basically just like glorified Goombas that can jump. But I mean, whatever. Ninjas are way cooler than literally any other enemy in the game. Except for maybe Bonsai Bills. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.